Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the SEO Club. Today, I have a special treat for you. We have Timothy, who is an amazing SEO with a stellar SEO career, and lately an SEO journalist. I'm sure, unless you are living under a rock, you saw many of his fantastic pieces with in-depth research and explanation of how some SEO practices work. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. His favorite and my favorite topic, Parasite SEO. Thank you for joining us. I will
Thank
ask
you.
you
It's a
for a
pleasure.
short introduction and we'll jump right into it. Hello, Timothy.
Hi. Yeah, okay. So, short introduction. Name is Timothy. Been doing SEO about rounded up 20 years. Used to be the director of SEO for Gaming Innovation Group and left that in 2018. End of 2018, I started my own business again, and now I'm just taking since November, which is pretty nice. Not have to worry about core updates.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's
We're just
yeah.
running one. One was announced yesterday.
I know
So I was looking at it like, yeah, well, just stay calm, drink your tea. It will
exactly.
pass. Because everybody's like, what should I do? It's an update. Nothing. You do nothing. You sit on your hands and see the impact later.
Exactly.
Through the
There's
update,
nothing you
there is the
can do.
period when you do nothing. Then there is the period of taking into damages or victories. So let's see. I so
Exactly.
far see some very good impacts on some websites that I'm working with, and some just dead in the water, out of nowhere, just dropped. So we'll see, but you know how it tends to go down and up.
Yeah, it
After,
usually takes me like a month and a half before I figure out, okay, what actually changed here, you know?
yeah, and by then Google dials back, and you're back in the rankings because like, oh,
There
we
you
went a
go.
little bit too far. The SERPs don't look right. Let's go back. So let's see. So if you are watching this right through this update in March 2025, sit on your hands, listen to our podcast, learn from us, and when it stop rolling, go back and start your Parasite SEO.
That
Or
is the
don't,
way.
or don't. So where do we stand with this Parasite SEO? I mean, it is a phenomena for quite a while. Lately, it has been discussed a lot because is in iGaming, if we discover something works, we abuse it to like
For
to,
sure.
to a whole new level. And we see lots of companies doing mainly Parasite and succeeding and doing better than ever. And even though Google said they're going to fight it last year, May, we saw some penalties, but they are not succeeding. So if anything, this podcast is going to be talking about, guys, and this is how you should understand it. We're criticizing Google for not following their own guidelines, for actually not promoting the topical authority that they keep feeding us every day. How amazing is topical authority and how you should build up those websites and how it actually should work, because we have got the domain level and document level and entity level, and how it doesn't work. So
Doesn't.
don't take this that we're criticizing anyone else but broken Google.
Exactly. I mean, topical authority is busted. I mean, with the helpful update content, I think that's when it really started. Topical authority means nothing. I mean, and localization is also dead, as far as I can tell. You know, you could have, let's say, Norway, the best links possible in Norway. And if you're an iGaming site, you know it's very hard to get high authority links. It's impossible nearly. I almost have to, I don't know, hack them or something. But then queue a big parasite, a technology site, whatever. They just put a subpage, they put the meta-lang to Norway, and instantly they gain ranking from nowhere, right? Because they have such power in their inlinks that you cannot possibly get with a niche site. It's impossible. So, like in theory, and I said this before on LinkedIn, like Amazon could take over the entire world. And then what's the point of a search engine, really? You just go to Amazon and find all you need. Because they have such high authority, they would instantly rank like top 3 for every keyword everywhere. Now, obviously, Amazon is Google would penalize them instantly if that happened, because they're the watchdog, right? But in theory, if you have enough authority, there is no keyword, no language you cannot rank for instantly. And that's what's wrong with Google, because topical authority means nothing. Localization is just broken. It doesn't matter if you have the best link of the said country. If you had a US facing site that naturally got those inlinks, you cannot compete. It's impossible.
It
And
is
that's
true.
that's Parasite SEO in a nutshell, really, as far as I know.
All right, but Google started to fight it, and this is where we started to be a little bit excited around November when we saw some of the biggest sites suddenly dropping in traffic and losing rankings for their branded names. I'll name Techopedia here, for example. Everybody is watching it because it was the king of Parasite. They've done it very right, and they were basically they were dominating all the markets, all the keywords. It was very difficult to compete with them. So it was a little bit like coming out for fresh air. We thought this is it. And then what happened? They were back within 2 weeks. You
Two
monitored it
weeks,
very
yeah, but
closely.
it's a manual penalty. Like as soon as you abide by Google's rules and say, oh no, we removed all the content, penalty gets lifted, and if they don't check again, you can just continue doing what you're doing. But in Techopedia's case, they have so many eyes on them that I'd say it's impossible after penalty 2, but they did come back, turned it into a gambling portal, which was really interesting. However, it was skin deep, right? Because all their high authority links, all those pages were still up. And I think Charles Float posted about it, and then they were removed again. That's a third penalty. I don't see that site ever coming back.
They still came back from 2 penalties. Like that's
Yeah, that's
pretty cool.
amazing. I mean, these people are good at what they do. I mean,
Oh, you need to give them that. They have really good SEOs and they think one step ahead. They are prepared that this is going to happen, so they have a plan. I
sure.
like to
But
watch them because it's a great learning from them. I mean, say what you want
absolutely,
about
that's why
Parasite. They actually did it. They did it correctly.
that's why I do iGaming, right? So I look at sites for iGaming and in all the high money keywords, right? That's always unlicensed now, right? You don't check for licensed keywords because there's not as much money. So if you want to see the best at SEO, you check the unlicensed keywords, and that's why I keep finding Finexio. Like with Card Player, I really wanted to find, okay, finally somebody else I can write about. But of course, it turned out to be ClickUp Media again. But by then, I had like 70% of an article done. So I thought, okay, I might as well publish. Why not? So yeah, I mean, you can also see Forbes is back now.
Yes, it's true. I mean, Forbes, that was one of the first sites that they took down when they announced Parasite SEO. Like the subdomain, it was subdomain back then. They closed it. I went to conference to talk about it. Like, look, they closed it. By the time I was speaking, it was back. So I
Yeah,
had to, like, the morning I was changing my slides because,
these.
and Google does not care. They just give it penalty. Like, look, we're doing our job, and then it's back. Like, sorry, you're being very unfair here.
I don't know. I really don't know what their game plan is. I think, honestly, ChatGPT is the reason we are where we are right now. Because Google freaked out over their AI, because they're supposed to be the leader in AI, right? And then this little startup company, or not so little, releases that chatbot that gets immense attraction. So Google has to do something, right? And that's when they launch AI overlays, or whatever it's called now. And in doing so, they also needed, oh, we got to train our AI more. The entire World Wide Web is not enough. Let's make a deal with Reddit. And
Oh,
all
yeah.
of a sudden, now you see communities gain huge ranking boosts for the most stupid pages ever. And that's how I see it. The Parasite SEO game really started. Because this is old school SEO. This is like decades old. And like all the old tricks you could do 10 years ago, you can do now. It's
True.
like they rolled back their algorithm just to, get ahead in the AI race. It seems like.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that. I think they had to adjust it because they want to make sure that Reddit gets enough eyes so they can learn from it and they get enough human generated content, all the communities and comments, and it became a place of abuse. Like when you look at some of the things that are ranking are horrible. But at the same time, Reddit is becoming very difficult to work with. I worked with Reddit quite a lot. Right now, it's next to impossible. You can use any anti-browser detector tools to block it. Proxies, in the end, they still try to block you. So Reddit is becoming very difficult. There is this new tool that helps you sort of publish comments and you can rank on those with mentions, but in a moment there is a link, they tend to remove it. So it's becoming
That's true,
really.
because if it can abuse, it will be.
Of course, we're SEOs. We basically live on abuse, and then
Yeah,
it feels like we are training Google. Like, look, we can break you this much. Come back to us. What you think? But that's a good point with Google, and not just Google. There's Quora, there is Facebook communities. There's lots of other things that are suddenly ranking. So Google decides to fight Parasite SEO by giving this red card to this site and this site and this site, and then they create their own Parasite SEO, but making a deal with Reddit and giving them so much traffic. Like they really give them way too much love, in my opinion.
that's just the way it seems. I mean, poof. That's
I
just
think
my
we are all
theory.
seeing it. We are all seeing it. It's not just you observing, but Reddit, you are right, is ranking for the most ridiculous things. The results sometimes are horrible. And when it started to do, we saw the AI overviews coming with things like pizza. You need to have a glue in a sauce because somebody published, and you get so many of these. I actually had a video on it. The most ridiculous ones. Once was
Yeah,
like,
but
"I'm
they
depressed. What
rush
should I
it
do?
out,
Kill
right?
yourself." Like
They
nobody's monitoring that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Google is a stock listed company. They need to
Yeah.
provide, this is the problem with stock listed companies. You have to grow all the time, right? Because their value is based on, 10 years in the future. So if they see, okay, there's a competitor creeping up on you, they're going to lose so much stock value, right? Like 5%, that's billions of dollars, for instance, or 10%. They can't let that happen. So they release this as a show of force to the investors or the market that, oh, we're on top of it. We just waited because we wanted to perfect it. And when you get a stressed out, a forced out product that's not ready, this is what you get. You
Yeah,
get glue in your pizza. It
exactly.
seems
You
like.
get glue in your pizza, and as well, we know that when they released it, there was so much wrong information provided. Their stock price actually went down. So it was very much a quickly cooked product, and it didn't work. And I think they're playing catch up ever since. Like they're really trying. It's still not there. I'm not really excited about the AI overviews, and I read about it a lot. It is not hitting our industry yet because we are not in that main niche. I always monitor like what is actually
Mm.
being targeted. We're not there yet, but I'm saying yet. We will get there one day.
No,
We are
you
lots
want
of
to
money.
influence Google, and you hit their stock value. That's the only thing that talks, money in their case, right?
Absolutely. I mean, but it is a company. They are trying to make money. So, you know,
Trying.
I mean,
They
they are
are.
making money, but like they keep trying to grow, as you said. So I study all of these things. Like the results are bad because they needed to do this to grow their money. So people actually go through paid search rather than organic search, and then you get lost in that rabbit hole, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is actually very nasty what they're doing to us. And I think Google is just becoming worse and worse. And we know that it's the first time since like 2015, I think, that they dropped below 90% of a market share, which is a lot. I remember preparing my slides for a conference last year around this time, and I was writing like Google dropped in some countries all the way to 96% of market share. And it was like, wow. And now we're beyond below 90. It keeps dropping. I'm not saying Google is going anywhere, but
But
it is,
the
people are getting tired of the bad results, I would say.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if I didn't use Google for work, I wouldn't use it. Basically,
Same.
it's pointless.
Same. I
I just use
optimize for Google.
ChatGPT.
Obviously, I'm SEO. I try to understand it. But if I need to create an NDA because I'm working with a client, I ask ChatGPT. I need to create a credit note. I ask ChatGPT because I ask Google, and there's so many results that are completely pointless. It will take me 3 days to click through all of them to find what I'm looking for. So I'm very tired of Google, and it is my bread and butter, right? I'm an SEO.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need to. Um,
for
so
sure.
so what you making of this Parasite SEO? Is it gonna stay? Is Google going to find a successful way how to slay this dragon or not?
Well, for right now, it's the most effective way to do SEO. So it's going to stay. But I'm hoping Google will do something algorithmically about it, meaning manual penalties, as we can see, do nothing.
Mm.
You can just get out of it. You get down for 2, 3 weeks, but then you get right back up. You can do this a number of times. Apparently, I thought 2 was the limit, but let's see if 3 is the limit. And unless they do something with a core update to address this and drop domains are also bloody poison. Then there's no, Parasite is the way for sure. And honestly, I encourage everyone to do it because the bigger problem it is, the more you get to Google to react.
No, that would be nice. But as well, if you give them manual penalty, you just tell them exactly what's wrong with them. You're telling them, please remove this, please fix this, please do this. They do the audit for you. You just remove it, write them a nice letter, dear Google, sorry I misbehaved. Now it's all fixed. I will not do it again. But if you are hit algorithmically, you need to figure it out for yourself what's
It's
going
the
on.
worst.
And
It's the
that
worst
takes
penalty.
that takes a long time because sometimes it could be just links. Sometimes you had a negative SEO attack. You just don't know what's going on. You need to start from the technical things. Maybe something moved, and like takes forever, takes lots of human power a lot of brain power and a lot of time and energy and stress to get rid of it. So I think if we would get algorithmic penalty on that, maybe it
Forget
would be
about it.
a little bit better, because it will take forever to actually figure it out and fix it. And then, like if you have manual penalty, you write to them, they lift it, you in theory jump up, not completely all the way, but you jump up. With the
Yeah,
algorithmic, you
but
just go down and then you get recrawled and little bit recrawled, little bit. So it will take you longer even to come back. So maybe
yeah,
algorithmic is the way we should pray.
yeah, it is. This is the only way forward. I've been hit by so many penalties when I've been doing SEO. Like manual ones were the easiest if it were links, right? Because as soon as you get out, just rebuild the links. Rhythmically though, like I don't know if you remember Penguin and Panda.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, they destroyed everyone. Destroyed me too, everyone. And like when I got hit by that, it was like, okay, let's start again. Basically, whenever I get hit by a core update, it's like, okay, nowadays you try to fix what you think was wrong, right? So you do that, but it'll take 6 months, a year even, if you guess it right. But with a manual penalty, you're instantly out, right? As soon as you fix that, and then you can just do the same thing
Exactly.
until they discover it again. But the problem with manual penalties is they now have you on a little list there, like, okay, let's check this site again, see what they did, if they're violating again. And so you always have your eyes on them. And every core update after that, I remember one of my sites, it will get affected, right? Especially if you've been hit more than once. Like
Very true.
one manual penalty, fine. Two, you're never going to have the same amount of power your site had before. But this is years ago now, since I had my last penalty. So it could be a bit dated information.
But I think once you are doing this, you have got plan B, or you have got more sites doing it. You don't rely on one. Okay, Techopedia was outlier how huge they got. But I don't believe that the company had just Techopedia, that they had just one website. I'm sure they're doing it on many other websites and they're counting
Oh,
with it.
they have
We
a
breaking
huge
those
network.
rules, there is a huge chance we're going to lose it. Therefore, we have got plan B and we have got other sites. So I don't think, I'm sure they are not happy they lost it, but I'm sure not they are not suicidal over it, like they have got a plan B. And talking
Yeah,
about
yeah. I
Panda
mean,
and Penguin, I had sites. I was in an adult industry back then, so I had like 40 sites. The things we did, like keyword stuffing, such a normal thing, like
yeah.
it was. I would never do it again, but like the main
Till
keywords,
now,
I'm not gonna say on this channel, they were everywhere. They were in alt, they were in a hidden text, they were in a text, they were like 20 times repeated in a title. The links I would build manually, very shitty links, 200, 300 of them a day. And it
yeah,
worked like magic. And then suddenly it was like growing, growing, growing. Not
yeah.
all
But
of them,
listen,
because on
if
some
you
I was like clever and I did this long form content. That was my test. But
but if you
yeah,
didn't do that, you wouldn't rank, right? You can't just sit
exactly.
and wait for Google to
Exactly.
change the rules again, right?
And you don't know if they're going to. So many times they're saying like, "Oh, we're gonna penalize it." Like right now, the Parasite SEO. Where is it? It's almost a year since they started to announce it, and where is it? Nowhere.
No.
Still, as you said, you are able to rank with it, but ranking with it better than ever, then you pick up penalty and you come back. That's the thing, like especially in our industry, we come back. That's the one thing about us. You don't get discouraged. We are very thick skinned and we just keep coming back. You don't get discouraged by one penalty or drop in your rankings, because then SEO is not for you, right?
No. You need nerves of steel for this industry. Like I've been hit by so many penalties, and every time it hurts. Every time, I
Exactly.
never get used to it.
No, but you don't cry, you don't give up. you know
No. I mean, that's the game.
that's
This
the
is
key.
what we signed up for when we started doing SEO.
I didn't know I signed up for that when I started to do SEO, quite frankly. I had painfully discovered through the 15 years. But
Well, you can always leave, right? I mean, but you're still
no,
doing it because you have a
everything
passion
else
for
would, in
SEO.
comparison, anything else would be boring and easy.
Yeah.
What you're going to do, paid search, throw money at it. Wow, we are position one on a paid search. It's not even fun,
No.
Here you are trying, you're coming up with new strategy. This is working, this is not working. So, are you preparing any new article we can look forward to? Because I'm a huge fan and I read everything and I write to you like, "Oh my god, this was so good."
Yeah. I have a huge one, but it's still in the works. Like I get so many leads and tips, and I need to first of all tell a story, or it's not interesting. That's a hard part. Gathering info is not that hard, but proving everything, I don't publish anything I can't prove, for obvious reasons. So that's what's taking time. And I have this article now I've been working on for months. I keep rewriting it because I get, okay, there's a little bit of information. There's a little bit. Oh, but can I prove that? No. Okay. You know, I have to keep, I want a quality, not quantity, right? I don't want to do smaller articles. I'd rather just do one big one, and then you get like 50 pages. But that's my strategy.
But then the articles are so informative, and as well, you don't just throw the information there, you explain it, how it works or what it means. So you actually learn from it. I love your articles. Like I'm a
Thank you.
huge fan, you know that. And I think you should have been a lawyer, like the way you go about it,
Lawyer.
the way like
Yeah,
you
maybe.
how you word things and how you actually find proof for everything. Not many people do that. I think that what makes you unique. And as well, you said you don't want to publish anything without proof, is because you actually are a quality human being that doesn't just badmouth competition. You want to show people the learning, right? Like you are
Well, I mean,
you are very good in what you are showing us.
thank you. Thank you very much. I try to make it understandable for everyone, but I had some friends read it and they're like, what the hell is this? They don't get it anyway. So I'm wondering, okay, well, I guess I'll take a middle ground here and try to explain it as best as possible what a parasite is, or a drop domain. But it's content meant for everyone, and honestly, I'm having fun doing it. It's fun. You know, I took a break in November. I started rolling down because this industry with the core updates and parasites ranking, drop
Hmm.
domains, it feels like it can't really compete. So I thought, okay, yeah, I'll take a year or two off. I'll do some articles instead, see what happens, and they worked out well, I think. I've been asked to speak to quite a few conferences because of it,
I
and
invited you to a
I
conference and you said
know
no. I'm
you're
still
not the
hoping
only
you'll
one.
say yes to the other one. I think you should speak about it because, first of all, I try to evangelize about Parasite SEO, especially when lots of people still don't understand it. Like they don't understand how it's done. What does it mean? They don't. So I like to evangelize about that. Like I actually don't run any Parasite SEO, but I talk about it and I study it and I give
No, me neither.
examples. Um, so I try to talk about it a lot. And I think we still need someone to talk about it. We actually invited as well Charles Float to the IGB London, so maybe you should go there speaking. It'll be
Well, he
good,
would
like
be the expert, though.
both of you speaking there, because if somebody is successfully doing it like Techopedia, they are not going to tell you we're doing this and this is how we're doing this and we'll help you do it. But you and Charles, you actually share very good information. I have Charles on this channel talking about Parasite. Like he's brilliant, he's absolutely wonderful. So I think you should go to conferences and you should evangelize about that, because many times there are even people from Google and then they are like, okay, it is actually really a problem.
I hope Google understands that. London, I've been there too many times. Was it London?
Yes, London IGB, I think, is in July.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
not
No.
going either.
It's like going to Malta. I've been there like 87 times.
I know
Never
that.
again.
I'm sorry, I'm not coming. That's Malta. What about Lisbon?
Yeah, I was there last
Lisbon.
conference. That was
Okay,
fun.
so we have SBC. Maybe we'll see you there.
Uh, you know, we'll see when we get closer. Not planned. Like I said, I'm taking a break. I hate public speaking, right?
Oh,
I'm
I
afraid
love
of it.
public speaking. I cannot wait.
Oh
There is
no.
another stage.
No, I choke on my words, and I don't have experience in that. Like I can speak to small teams, like 20 people, 30 people, that's fine. But a big conference thing, what if I'm wrong?
So what? Somebody will correct you, and you'll be like, "Thank you. I'll research that."
Yeah. But I also have a family with small kids. It's very hard for me to travel.
Mm, I
But
understand.
I mean, yeah, definitely, it's possible.
But I really hope you will get over the fear of speaking, because look, in this podcast, you're fantastic. I know it's
But
easy
that's
because you're
only you and
speaking to
me.
me, but stages are just the same. There's just lots of people and they want to learn. Especially, I found out that I spoke, for example, in Brighton. Those people, they are not going to hate you or boo you or nothing. They are there to support you. They just want to learn from you. So even if you say something wrong, nobody will say
Oh, I'm
anything.
not afraid of that at all. It's
They
just
are the
the mere
nicest people.
presence of 100, 200 people, right? I mean, I think that's very normal.
Yeah,
You need
depends.
experience doing it. But I'll have some beers before. It'll be fine.
And because you do it once, it's a little bit nervy, and then you either fall in love with it or you hate it, and you decide if you do more or you don't. So
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not. I'm not saying no, just no to London and Malta.
So the biggest conference is great. That's
Yes,
really,
indeed.
really good to know.
Yeah. No, I've just been there way too many times.
I live in Malta, I cannot
I
escape
know.
it. So,
I
you know,
know. I'm sorry.
me
when
too.
when I worked for Gig, I used to be there a week of every month. I did this for almost 3 years. It was tiring.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. I got used to it. Obviously, I'm here many years, so I got used to
Mm.
it. But
Yeah, yeah.
oh, good. Thank you. This
Good.
was fantastic. I mean, once your article is out, obviously I'll read it, and I think we should then talk about it because a lot of people don't read 50 pages, or if they do, they don't really understand it. So I think once that's out, we should record another one to discuss that. So I'll be watching space for that
Sure,
one.
let's do that. Let's see if when I get it up, right? Because I keep rewriting it.
No
Like
rush.
it
No
was
rush.
due for December and then January, and now I'm like,
Now we're in March, maybe December
yeah,
next year.
whenever I get enough info to make a
But
compelling story.
yeah, but writing article is tough. I write for several SEO places, and just to make sure that you got the correct info, that you're explaining yourself well, that you didn't forget something, that you go back like, maybe I can read. Sometimes it takes me weeks, months to write a basic article on, let's say, crawling, and as a well-known entity, but you just want to make sure it's perfect and it's for all the audiences. So it is
Indeed.
not easy to write something. So don't beat yourself up for taking
No,
time.
no, no, no. Now it's I'm just stuck on information gathering. Uh,
Hmm.
whenever I get a tip, I explore it, and then I find more, and I'm like, wow, okay, well, let's see where this leads, and then it leads to more and more and more, and that's where I'm stuck right now.
Maybe you should make several articles of that,
Maybe, yeah,
Stay
it's a good
tuned for
idea.
part 2. I mean, you're in marketing, you know how this works.
I do. Yeah, but it's not for marketing. It's just for fun and increasing my reach on LinkedIn, really, which it did a lot.
Very good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you for finding the time to talk to us, for sharing all your information and lots of knowledge. And I
Oh,
really
thank you.
hope that the article comes out soon because I have
Me too.
withdrawal syndromes. There's nothing published for quite a while.
I
so
know. I've been working on it.
so I'm selfishly hoping it's soon. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
hopefully you'll come back and talk to us about your new article.
Absolutely. You got it.